this fireside chat is centered around a very important topic, which is funding your vision, unfiltered on pitching, partnerships, and alternative financing.
And to be moderating this session at this time, please, can we put our hands together for the very esteemed, very knowledgeable Dr. Akin Belu? Please put your hands together for him.
Our hands together for the convener as he moderates this fireside chat. Thank you.
Also, part of the panelists for today, he is the Chief Executive Officer of Cora Pay Nigeria. Can we please put our hands together for Dixon Wanfo?
Dixon Wanfo, thank you very much. Please put your hands together for him.
Also joining on the top table at this time, can we please put our hands together for Ifeanyi Oputa, the Director General, Nigeria Association of Small Scale Industrialists. Please put your hands together.
Thank you so much. So as we have said, they are going to be discussing funding your vision, unfiltered on pitching, partnerships, and alternative financing.
All right. Let me set up. Let's set up somebody who. That means he has to do double panel.
Yeah, I can't.
And we have a microphone for him. So let's. Somto, I feel like having you up here.
Yes, come on.
Let's receive the CEO, the co-founder of Piggyverse, Somto. Let's clap for him. Somto, this is not your panel. This is just. Dixon said I should set you up. So it's Dixon that said I should set you up.
I can't be here alone. He's a very close friend of mine, and we're classmates in school. So, yeah.
So good. All right. So I think the panel is not about funding. It was just a fireside chat to talk about how you were able to build your businesses. So I guess that was a little each there. So we've had Dixon speak. How was the session? How was Dixon's session? Can you respond with a clap? Let's see. All right. Okay, beautiful. So let's have Som to introduce himself. Tell us, who are you? What do you do?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Somto Ifezwe, CEO of Piggyverse. Sorry?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Somto Ifezwe, the CEO of Piggyverse. Piggyverse is a savings and investment platform, the first wealth tech platform in Nigeria and Africa for young people, for millennials, Gen Zs, everyone actually. What I do day to day, I'm a tech guy. I write code. I like building processes and products that people love. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Let's put our hands together for him. So, my first question will be like this. Dixon, do you want to tell us the early days of Cora? Tell us the real gist, the early days of Cora. Cora is how many years now?
We have real age and football age.
Okay, so the real age of Cora Pay.
Real is like 8 plus.
8 years plus.
Yeah,
then your football age.
No, sorry. Real is... No, football age is 4.
Football age is 4.
Yes.
Real age is 8.
Is 8 plus.
Okay, so let's deal with the real age. The real age. I think that's where the gist is.
Yeah. Why we have those two ages is that we were in the wilderness for like 4.5 years, so we're doing absolute rubbish, like beautiful rubbish. So those years I discount them when you ask me like, when did you really become a company? And it was like 4 years ago. But like prior to that, we did beautiful rubbish. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the beautiful rubbish.
So again, like when we started out, we had one thing sure. We wanted to connect African countries together. And that's the only thing that has remained the same since that time. How we connected Africa didn't matter to me, and that's why I was super happy to change anything, anytime. But connecting Africa and making Africa truly a village from a financial service standpoint it was very, very key to us. Why? You know, like when you move money from Nigeria to Ghana, same bank, UBA, the money goes to JP Morgan, then bounces off HSBC London, then comes to UBA Ghana. Takes 3 to 4 days, costs somewhere between 4 to 5%, right? Now, and then guess what? The bank in America or bank in UK can wake up and say, we don't like you people. You're from Nigeria, you're scammers, we'll cut you off the system. And that's what happens when institutions are built excluding a certain kind of people that you don't even understand. And that's what we call SWIFT and ACH. Now, our mission and what we want to do at Cora is to bypass that whole system, build a truly Pan-African infrastructure that helps trade and settlement across the country, and we're on our way to doing that. How we did it didn't matter, because we started out, before I was leaving, I was
£250,000.
I left with about $1 million to start, right? And that's what you get for serving someone truly, truly well, right?
Wait, did you hear that?
Yeah.
For 7?
Yeah. So they invested because they believed so much in what I was going to do.
Send me the name of the company. All right, so let's go to, thank you so much. Let's put our hands together for Dixon. He didn't finish, but I'm going to come back to him because of time. So somebody one day called me and said, Somto. I gave Somto computers when he was starting. I gave him office space. And I'm so happy about what he's doing today. Now, I don't know the story well, whether it's true or not, but I've gotten like 4 or 5 versions of what happened. But tell us the real gist till you arrived at Piggy first.
That's very...
Ogba, I've heard some story of Ogba, I've heard some stories of, so, I mean, let's hear from you.
Yeah. So in the beginning, yes, because I've actually never is separated in my thoughts, but like I'm bringing it up now. So from school, I basically refused to go because I grew up in Port Harcourt. That's my family house. Everything is there, and I schooled in Otta Covenant. So after school, I just refused to go back home. So I decided not to go back to Port Harcourt. But that was because like I was surrounded by good friends. So there was a person called Ayo Akinola. And I was like, no, my guy, don't worry, you can stay in my house anytime, So I was like, okay, I'll be here for like 1 week. Let me just, let's do some stuff. From 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 months. But I think something was very interesting. So the parents actually took interest in what we were doing, right? So they kept introducing us to like their the brothers, cousins, and I think we actually got interest from a lot of the family members of, and again, I'm not related to Ayo in any way. So this is someone I just met in Covenant in like the last years of the school, right? So we were introduced to many of his uncles, and they took interest in what we were doing. At the time, we were building like a city card platform, a loyalty platform called City Card. It was called Paro City Card. So it was a discount card where you can get discounts in different outlets and locations. And they helped us actually like get that off the ground. It was a whole, like this was a bootstrap, right? They helped us bootstrap. We were living together in the same house. One of the family members gave us an office space in his office to work. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the story. So how did you get to Piggy first?
Yes, so from Paro City Card, so we were basically selling a plastic discount card. At the time, it was 3,000 naira for a year's subscription. Then we were at a point we were scaling so fast that we needed to hire salespeople. Right, so we put out like a job offer. People say applying, and they were coming to the office that was given to us by Ayo's dad. Again, this is just downstairs in the like a different part of the house. So we're now interviewing some of the people, and normally the way I work, right, I don't do a lot of operations personally. But this particular day, I just decided to just attend the interviews. So I was just sitting down, and one of the guys came, and I think the interview was supposed to start for 9 or something like that. And the guy came by 12. And they were asking, I was just watching them ask him questions, right? And they asked him, oh, what's your strength? He said, punctuality. I was just looking at him. Then I said, what's your weakness? He said, girls. So, and this is just me. I'm not asking any question. I'm just watching my people and this person like answering. And after the interview, everybody stood up. And he went to Covenant, to be honest, right? So he was a senior. So he's someone maybe like 2 years above our set. And after the interview, everybody stood up and we said, well, nice, we'll get back to you. And I knew we would never get back to this person, right? So in my mind was like, this guy is going to go to another place and repeat the same thing, and he might do this for the next 5 years, right? Is there something I can do about this thing now that I just saw, right? So it was from a point of, I'm watching this person, I know that we're not going to call you back, but we're all smiling, and you're going to go, and you think you did well, and you're going to go to another company again, and you say girls, and you say punctuality, right? So the idea was now to build something that, because as far as I was concerned, I felt like he was looking for jobs so much that he has forgotten what an interview setting is supposed to be like, what it's supposed to say, what's not supposed to say, how it's supposed to relate in the workspace. So we created something called CV Flash and Push CV. And the idea was that if we can take away the task of applying for jobs for you automatically, you can focus on taking courses, learning new skills, learning stuff. So we built something called Push CV that will help you just put your CV, put the kind of companies you want, and automatically, once there's a job opening, it's automatically apply for the job for you so that you're free to now focus on improving yourself. And that became a very big success, actually. So a few years down the line, we're like one of the fastest growing job platforms. We were recruiting for the top banks, from Access Bank to Union Bank to UB, everybody. We were recruiting for all the big companies at the time. And then there was a change of government in 2015-ish, and that shrunk the job market. So the way we were thinking about it, there was the number one job platform at the time, Jobberman, there was us, all of us were competing for the same, job seekers. But I already knew that the job market was shrinking. Companies were laying off. The economy just became very slow after that new government. So the whole point was, okay, how do we help people now manage money, right? So that was the mindset. There was no plan for anything. So in fact, in that Push CV, we built like a small wallet system there where like if you're getting your salary, you can put it. It was not, in my mind, it was not anything about saving. It was just a wallet in the app. So that was my first experience with wallet platform. Then so we raised some money for that Push CV, just fast forwarding, we raised about $25K, and we built it very well. So the person who gave me the money, Olumide Shoyombo, my Oga, he heard about a company called Paystack. And he wanted me to look at the Paystack and tell him if he should invest in the company, right? So I was like, and if he wants to invest in anything, he'll just tell me to assess the opportunity for him. So he gave me Shola's number at the time. We were chatting. I told him, let me look at the platform. And it was very early days. This was like Paystack. Nobody knew about Paystack, right? So just me and Shola. I'll tell him, this thing is nice. Can you make it like this, like that? But in the process, I realized that this thing is going to change everything, because from when I was selling plastic cards, right, to everything I've done, I know how payment. There was a time we did about, I think, Dixon, this is actually weird. There was a time we did about 15 to 20 million in a week, but like that was bank transfer. When you pay, you go to write your name in the teller.
25 million precisely.
Yeah, right. So payment was a big problem, and I'm seeing this thing that you can set and you can put your card, and it will be collecting the money, right? So I found it fascinating, but I don't know what to use it for. So my mind was to put it in the Push CV to make buying, because we had this thing where you can buy credits to automatically push your CV, right? So now you don't have to manually pay in the bank and it will now load your credit, right? It was going to be automatic. So that's why I was interested in it. But then, as God will have it, 31st of December that same year, someone broke their wooden savings box. They were saving 1,000 naira every day from January 1st to 31st. So the guy had saved, I don't know, I can't remember if it's a male or female again, but they had saved 365,000 naira cash. And they broke it and they took a picture. And that picture went viral. Again, I'm not aware of this, right? So this is December, everybody's in their different houses. I've gone back to Port Harcourt, because I go back to Port Harcourt every Christmas. And my younger brother walks into the room and says, sometimes are you not seeing what's happening on Twitter? I'm like, what's happening on Twitter? I check and I see they are mentioning me, sometimes if you have the time. So it was like a public conversation of this guy that broke a box, and imagine if there's a way you can automatically save money online and stuff like that. And one of my co-founders, Josh, was now sent mentioned me on the thread, or as if somebody has the time. When I saw the amount of people tweeting about wanting to go to buy a wooden box the next day, they were about to pay transport and go to Balende and go and get a wooden box.
Kolo.
Kolo, right? And I'm looking at these guys, I'm like, we're all on Twitter, this Twitter. Sometimes everybody has internet, everybody has a smartphone. And all of us, we have GT Bank MasterCard, Access Bank MasterCard, we all have debit cards. And I'm looking at the next day, they want to go and buy a box. So that means some people actually want to just save, even though they have money in their bank, right? So it's not like I thought about the idea. It's just like I realized that people are actually going to buy boxes the next day. So my mind was, okay, how we can actually how do you build a digital version of this thing, right? And I started thinking about, so as soon as I saw the tweets and saw everything, I told my guys, let's stop tweeting now. Let's just stop, right? Did that same day, bought the domain name piggybank.ng. So the idea was, okay, how do we convert this wooden box feel to a digital thing? And I thought about the concept of it, right? The idea is that you're going to wake up in the morning, you bath, you wear your clothes, and you're going to enter transport or you drive your car. You shall spend money to go to look for the box, right? You're going to purchase a box, you're going to pay transport or buy your fuel to come back home. So there's a cost to the box first. And I think that's why people don't break the box, because you've already spent time and money and effort. Because if the box is open, but you're going to actually now destroy that box in order to access your money. That means people are willing to pay to save. That's what I basically saw. So how do you build that thing in a digital version? Because everybody has their phones in their hands. That means it's something that will not be you will not have the right to do, even if it's your own money, right? You want to suffer small. So thought about a system where we charge you 5% if you want to withdraw your own money, capital. So it's not like interest. I don't know what interest was. So we created a system where you can withdraw 4 times a year your own money. Then when you want to withdraw your money, if you withdraw outside those 4 days that we've set, so we've set March 31st, June 30th, September 30th, December 31st. And if you withdraw your money outside those days, we will charge you 5%. And I felt like that's the piggy bank, like the digital version. And again, the idea was not like it was going to blow. It was just like we'll just have like 1,000 people maximum. In fact, the vision was 1,000 people. And our friends also, everyone who is tweeting on this Twitter will most likely prefer this one than going to the market. Right?
Okay, let's land. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's land now.
Sorry?
I want you to land.
We prefer to not going to the market. So 7 days after I released the MVP, and we just replied that tweet, under that tweet, there's a online version of this piggy bank if you're interested. And the rest is history.
Wow. Thank you. We'll take it faster now. So when you were leaving the organization you worked for, your line manager gave you $15,000. Your CEO gave
Yeah.
$15K. The board chair, right, gave you $250,000.
Yeah,
So pounds rather. So was that the only money you raised for starting Cora? If yes,
okay.
cool. If no, tell us how you raised other monies.
So prior to that, when we started, yes, they gave. I first started with friends and family. So there's a way to segment your contact list into 3. So you have the green contacts, the yellow contacts, and the red contacts. Like the green contacts are like your guys, and that's part of the reason why it's very important that you're very selective of the kind of people you make your friends, and the people, like, it's just good to have a network of people that can come through for you. And I invested a lot in that network. So when we started, I had friends bring maybe like some 2 million naira, some 5 million naira, some 1 million naira, some even 500,000 naira. And I took a lot of my friends' money. And mind you, I lost the money too. So again, I apologize to them. So I took a lot of people's money, and yes, so the best way is always starting from those green contacts. And it's going to be really tough if you don't have a track record with your friends and people around you. If you're someone that they can't even vouch for when you're not in the room, I'm not sure you should, so they would have started from, okay, let me give you for instance, I have some of my friends, I just see one of my friends here as well, and some of my friends when we were in school, that gave me their school fees to trade when we were in school. I was in like 200 level. That's the amount of trust they had where I was. And I made their money super fast because then I was a fashion designer. Did it in 2 weeks, returned the money, paid their school fees, gave them 20% interest on their school fees, right? Now, imagine these friends now, when I was like 10 years later, they are now working, one of them was working in a top bank, another one was working like IFC. Those ones had savings. Some of their savings were like $5,000. Some of them had saved as much as 3 million naira. They broke the savings and gave me, right? But that's out of track record. It comes hand in hand. It's not like go and take money from people. The people said that you want to take money from, they have use for the money. So why would they part with their money? There has to be a lot of trust and belief in what you're doing. So if you know you need something in 5 years, today is the right day to start preparing for the kind of competence or character that you would be able to use to draw from that thing you need. So I took money from friends, and then I took money from old colleagues. I took a lot of money from from old colleagues, and that's how I launched out Cora. Yeah.
Fantastic. So let me come back to Somto. What's the future of PiggyVest?
I'll call it PiggyVest 1. So it will be 10 years in January 3rd. And the whole idea of PiggyVest is to help everyone manage their own money themselves, right? So we never knew anything that was. So imagine this AI thing happening now, right?
Yeah.
So it was not. So AI has just accelerated the vision for us. Before AI, right? What I always think of is one day we have to find a way to add and get everyone's financial history and somehow make sense of it to tell you when to save, how much to save this month. Some months you should not even save. It's the month of your rent, so it's supposed to be liquidating investment so that you can pay your rent or make a life decision, buy a home, right? So everything is not saving. So, but that's one of the things I've been cracking my head for a long time until AI came. So what AI is helping us do now, right, is making sense of all the saving patterns, all your spending patterns, to help you actually make better financial decisions. So right now we can make granular decisions for this week, right, for next week, based on your history, based on your historical spending, saving habits, even down to your contacts, right? So the future of PiggyVest is everyone will be able to connect their financial service providers, your banks, your investment accounts, into one place, right? And PiggyVest helps you allocate amount of money to different places automatically, that you don't feel it, right? So imagine knowing that you open your spending app and you know that anytime you see any money there, you can use it, right? Because you have your savings and investment or your future plans financially covered. So that's the whole idea of PiggyVest. So PiggyVest 1 is something that's going to launch in April. All right, you'll be able to connect all your banks, all your, whether it's crypto or fiat, anything, into one place. And the app will help you automate your savings properly. So we started PiggyVest with automatic savings of 5 to 50 naira per day, 100 naira per day. Even if you don't have money, to take it and tell you, I not find money in your account. Where's the money, right? So one of the case where it's smarter, right? And something we're building. So it's going to be smart. Some days it's not taking your money. Some days we just saw that jackpot and we saw the description of the money, half has gone, right? So that's the whole idea. And something we're launching very soon, in a few months.
So good. Before you drop the mic, how did you get people to trust you? You know, you see, this thing you do, it's a lot of trust. How did you get people to trust you, to put their money in a digital bank? You know, as Africans, the money you can't touch, you can't see, you don't know the address, and you get people to put money in that box. How did you win the trust? So while you are going to answer that, what's the future of Quora? Are you selling Quora? What's the next phase for you as a person? So let's have you. How did you get the trust?
So it's a question I ask myself too, right? I'm not a finance person. When I started PiggyVest, right, is with the job I became more knowledgeable about finance. I'm an engineer, right? And my team are mostly engineering students, but all engineers, right? So I have a few theories because I don't know, to be honest, right? But I have a few theories, and I think one of the big ones is that we went to Covenant, and we're 7 co-founders, right? So we're 7, and we all went to Covenant, and maybe the, papas, people just assumed that if we steal their money, they will go to Canaan land, and Papa will pay them. Maybe, but I actually feel like Covenant has a big role to play because nobody knew us in terms of nobody knew any, like, we're nothing, right? So I just believe that because it's Covenant, Papa, people started trusting us. And I think we just remained consistent. From our friends using it, people that went to Covenant, to celebrities using and posting their dashboard and posting their savings, and people saying, wow, this person is using this thing, let me use it, to the point where it became culture. I think the beginning is just that people just trusted us because of the school. We went to a Christian school, right? And I think that's what's because there's nothing else that is there. But like we've just been.
But wait. There are times you have to intentionally go and buy things outside, and you want people to see you that you are buying suya.
Oh, yes.
You want people to see you that you are buying boli.
Yeah.
You do it intentionally.
Yes.
Was that not a way of trying to win people's trust that you are still in this country?
So that one even came later. Like I would say it came like in 2019, 3 years after. And why is because so there's the normal buying suya that you are buying the suya, and then there's the actually buying suya. Do you know PiggyVest? Use it now. There's that one. So I think that one came when we noticed that the wider population, right? People who did not know us maybe heard about it from their friends or their children or their parents. You will see someone that will wake up and say, please, I want all my money. Give me all the money I have with you people. And we'll say, what happened? No, nothing. I just had a dream that, you guys folded. So I just want the money now. And we'll give you your money. And we'll apologize for, the inconvenience. And 2 days after, they'll put the money again and put it more. And yeah, so people were testing the withdrawal system a lot. Because when we started, there was no fintech retail. There was nothing like fintech retail, anything. There was just the e-commerce platforms. In fact, because we launched the same year with Paystack, Flutterwave, so it was a new thing that, you're keeping money with young people that they don't have face. There's no branch, right? We're the first, let's say, branchless bank at the time in Nigeria. And just being consistent, we've had multiple cases where people just start tweeting, PigVest is down. I told the people that it has offed, right? And people will try and withdraw the money, and they're withdrawing their money, and they see that we're still up, and they put it back. And yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, Cora. So, yeah.
So I think we are very, very, very malleable, very adaptable. Like I can't tell you what will happen tomorrow or next tomorrow. We started a free school. We went into education. I never saw that coming. We built a free school in Ajegule and Festac that has graduated hundreds, close to thousands of people. Yesterday I was at the Zenith Bank actually, before even that, I was at the airport one time and I met one of the hairdressers that became an engineer. She was flying to Germany. And she stopped me at the airport. And she just said, hi, Dixon, I'm very grateful for what you've done with the curve. Or even one of them that is in Lisbon came back and brought 400 pounds. He used to be in Ajegule. We trained him. He's in Lisbon. He brought 400 euros, to give back to the school that he went to. So for us at Cora, at the end of the day, we just keep to our core. What's our core? Our core is to connect Africa. And not just connect Africa. My personal vision is just, building a new generation of leaders that will in turn liberate Africa through the spirit of entrepreneurship. If it means selling Cora, fine. If it means buying Cora, fine. If it means doing anything, fine. We just don't have bearing per se, but we just have our focal point, which is our true north. What exactly our purpose is in Africa. Our purpose is to redefine excellence and set a new bar for entrepreneurs across the continent. So whatever we get doing in that area, we're happy to do it.
Fantastic. He's a wise man. Thank you. So we're done. Your last words. Your last words. What would you call what's like your greatest lesson as a person? So I want you to speak from the core of your being. So your greatest lesson as a person. So we'll just round it off. Thank you.
Greatest lesson. So I think every year I learn new things. For this particular year, I think I become more fearless in attacking opportunities. And I don't believe I'm too small or too young to attack a problem, right? So I think the first thing is be bold. Oh, there's even the bold. Yeah, so be bold, be smart. I'm actually just like, wow. Yeah, but like, to be honest, I never say the bold, right? But like, I'm just way more bold so be bold, be fearless, because we're all here. We're not too young. Like the people who built nations, the people who built industries, most of them were younger than us here, right? So we're already old. So anything you want to do, you're not too small, you're not too inexperienced, just start doing it. There's a way I've seen, and I've done it many times, that God works. God just likes you to start first so that he can actually show you what he wants to, because it's not you doing it, right? So he's going to do it through you. So if that's the case, you have to first start so that you be a vessel of what he wants to do. And I think everybody here should decide to be vessels to make Nigeria great again. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So for me, I learned, like, that's very correct. Every year we learn new lessons. But from my whole journey, I think the greatest lesson that I've learned is being ready to disrupt your own self. Now, it sounds very easy, but it's one of the toughest things that anybody can do. And I found this to be the greatest gift anybody that has achieved great heights has been able to imbibe. That never holding a permanent position in anything. Again, I know you might be 50, 60, you think you're old, you think that your time has passed, but if you look at it, every single new wave have introduced new millionaires, new billionaires, new people that change the world in everything. But yet there are some names that you would hear that have been there from the beginning till the end. Now, those few people that remain relevant, whether it's raining, sun is shining, are people that consistently seek to disrupt their status quo. Which means that, yes, before, every single thing used to work on the internet, and in the internet was just two-directional. Now, I have a new thing called blockchain. I'm going to jump on it. Throwing away every single prior bias that I might have attained. So for a lot of the people that insulted Bitcoin and crypto, I'm sure you know you're wrong, right? And for as many people that insulted AI, you're going to be also wrong. Actually, in the 80s, the people that began the movement of internet were jailed. When computers started in the Silicon Age, around 60s, 70s, it was called witchcraft. So now I'm seeing another new wave sweeping people off their feet. And some people are saying, oh, artificial intelligence will take my job. Huh. The same way your phone is your life today, the way you hold your phone, if I take your phone away from you in one day, you might have crisis. It will be exactly the same with artificial intelligence and every single person here. You will have your own Dixon assistant in the next 10 years. The world you live in is going to be so transformed and so changed that the worst thing you will do to yourself is not jumping on the change to change yourself first. And I learned that the hard way. And what has taken us this far is, again, never ever mentally holding a permanent position and consistently seeking to disrupt yourself.